What is up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video, and oh my lord, this weekend was just jam-packed full of content. That's right. Your boy Duty is just having a great time. It's a beautiful time to be a detractor in this age. It's like the golden age. We're at the Renaissance. We're at the peak of DSP detractorism, and it's beautiful. And your boy Duty's just loving it. He's just loving it. He's loving all the attention. He's loving just all of the drama that's ensuing with our boy Phil. But most of all, he's enjoying the mental breakdown that's occurring with our boy Phil. I mean, you give him a little bit of attention and a little bit of money, and the man just reverts back to 2010 DSP. That's right. This week or so, our boy Phil has undone 7 years of hard work of trying to reinvent himself from the pig roach that we know he is until, you know, Mr. Robinson DSP. That's what he tried to do. And the mask is just full off. It's gone. It's on, Phil, and there's no fixing that. And your boy Duty's loving it. Anyway, oh, by the way, I did want to mention that I'm having some issues with my Twitter. So anyone sending me DMs or messaging me, your boy Duty did get a 1-week ban for saying something not so nice about Corey Feldman. So if I didn't respond to you or whatever, it's not that I'm ignoring you. It's just I'm serving my time out, which will be done this Wednesday. So let's see what Phil had to say on the Daily Wrap.
Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Sunday, the 18th of August, 2024, also known as Reack Day. This is the day where I step back from doing gameplay and I do React content all day long on my various channels. What a day it was. Ladies and gentlemen, the momentum still continues. I thought if there was going to be a day where this momentum was going to break, it was going to be today, because the React content definitely doesn't bring in as many viewers or level of support or engagement as my gameplay does. But let me tell you guys something. Wow. It continued again. Just listen. Podcast today. Talked about my power going out last night during my Street Fighter stream and how basically it tried to stifle my climactic rise to master with Honda, but it didn't. I maintained and I kept getting wins. We talked about all kinds of stuff today. Interesting, Q&A with the audience and stuff. Just generally a really good podcast with fun, good vibes. And people showed up for it and supported it to the extent where I was like, wow, I was going into my React show already with a high level of support. I had over $100 in tips heading into the React show, okay? Then when we went over to DSP ThrowbACK, or DSP Reacts for the DSP versus the Internet show, I brought way more viewers than usual. You know, typically for that show, we get between maybe 200 to 250 viewers. We'll top at 300 tops. We had almost 400 viewers for a lot of the show today, so obviously there's newcomers. We had a good variety of clips to watch, because we had a few extra new people who had become members and submitted clips this week. So I would say the show was a good variety of stuff. There was some laugh out loud moments, like me reacting to the first time ever to the Street Fighter cartoon show from the 1990s, amidst various other topics. By the end of the stream, I had once again got over my maximum goal for tips. I had super chats, I had members, and I got them both on DSP Gaming during the podcast, and then I got more of that on a whole other channel during the React show. People were absolutely loving it and giving me compliments and engaging well. So here's what I've done. I'm changing the format a little bit. On my podcast, if I get a contribution, I'm going to shout it out live. Rather than wait till the end of the show, I'm going to shout it out when it comes in. And I'll do my best to juggle and not let time get away from me. But I feel like it makes more sense because people are more apt to want to contribute if I'm going to give them the instant shout out rather than having to wait till the end of the show. So I'm going to start doing that. And I did that today, and it was very successful. And then in addition, the DSP Reacts, stream of DSP versus the Internet, I did the same thing. If a contribution came in, I shouted it out right away. People loved it, and more came in. So I'm going to change. I'm going to change because it's working and people want to see those changes. Okay? So now.
Okay, so in a matter of 2 minutes and 22 seconds, how many times did Phil mention support? How many times did he mention contributions? How many times did he talk about the tip goal? And you notice in every single mention, he talks about positivity and how people are loving it and liking it. And I guess Phil equates money to, likes. I guess he equates money to acceptance, and we're hearing a lot of that, which is really interesting. If you listen to Phil in any good amount, you notice he's saying that a lot. Anytime he's talking about this redemption arc, it's my time now, he keeps pointing at the money, the total. He keeps saying, look, this is proof that everyone on the internet now likes me. No, Phil, it doesn't mean that whatsoever. Most of that money is coming from Kino viewers that are in the meme, that are trolling you, Phil, that are buddy trolling you. And the other half is probably going into sticking it to the detractors. Again, none of it is because they like you. If you watch your streams, what you notice is a lot of your regulars are annoyed. They're annoyed by the Kino folks. They're annoyed by your rule changes, your hypocrisy. And you saw that with those small tips that you're getting from your regulars, like Sarah, where she actually posted and said, "Look, I understand why you're doing this, but are you gonna change? Are you gonna be this way going forward?" And they specifically said, "I don't like this, Phil. You've spent the last 7 years cultivating this image that you're this nice guy who doesn't do drama, and no one should be doing drama on his streams. And you've become the very thing. It literally took you a week and a half of getting support from the Kino Casino folks to completely do a 180 of who you are." And you know what, Phil? You think Jordan was your problem initially about someone that supported you and no longer does because they talk to the detractors? Just a little FYI, this weekend alone, I got 6 people. 6 people. 4 of them are Kino Casino viewers. 2 of them are your regulars who've contacted me and said, you know, I really don't follow you. I just started following Phil. I don't understand all the ins and outs, but I want you to explain to me the WWE champions. What's going on? The 4 of the new Kino folks reached out to me. And of course, what I did was I did the same thing I did with Jordan. I spoke with them. I gave them some information. I linked them to the Secret Limited documentary video. And many of them said, "Thank you. I'm going to go check it out." And this is just going to keep continuing, Phil, especially if you keep harping about money and trying to own the meme with WWE champions. It's just going to keep happening, Phil. And I'm pretty certain that other detractors have gotten contacted asking similar questions, Phil. So you keep at it, Phil. You keep having fun mentioning contributions and Hogan's and WWE champions. What you're going to do is you're going to end up isolating your regulars, and you're going to lose some of them. And then when this whole Kino Casino thing dies down, which of course everything always does, you're going to be stuck with less viewers, less supporters, and then you're going to have to spend another 7 years trying to redefine who DSP is. The content, the ring around the collar content creator who doesn't do drama. And sorry, Phil, that ship is out. You can never ever go back to that, Phil. You can't. I'm sorry. You chose to dip your toe into the Dramaverse. You decided to turn yourself into Keemstar. You decided to turn yourself into Boogie 2988. So now live with it. When all of this praise and love and money goes away, because it always does, you're going to be stuck back to where you were. Someone that's despised, someone that's going to be known for beating off on stream, and a beggar. So let's keep going, folks.
Now, after all of that, tonight's late stream was over on DSP ThrowbACK, and it was the retro react to my second time ever checking out PlayStation Home on PS3 from 2009. Now, I never thought in a million years that I was going to get good support for that stream. DSP ThrowbACK is a nice little, it's a project, it's a side project, it's a labor of love for me. It's my little side thing. I know I don't make hardly anything doing that channel. I never expected to do well. We had about 200 to 250 viewers, around 250, which is still more. I was getting around between 150 to 200 usually. And so we increased the viewership by about 50 to 100 people, and more engagement, more discussion, and the support, get this. Yeah, again, we exceeded all the tips goals. I got super chats. I never did super chats on that channel. I got a bunch of super chats. I think there was 1 or 2 people who became a member. I was like, I was blown away. It's again, guys, I'm living in this reality that people like me now and want to support my stuff. It's hard for me to accept it and think that it's real. Like, because it's been so long. I've tried hard on these channels. DSP Reacts, a whole year I was doing that show, and it actually was my least supported stream, my least attended stream that I was doing. DSP ThrowbACK this year has had more support on the streams for sure than the React stuff did. But this is like night and day. I've, again, 6 streams in a row now. I've exceeded my goals every stream. And again, yeah, a part of it, I think, is that people are so fed up with the unfair treatment I've had on the internet, and still seeing my detractors pretend like it's not happening and act like, oh yeah, it's all bullshit, it's not gonna last. But guess what? We're now 2 weeks in, right? 2 whole weeks into it. We are now how many streams into it, and it's not going away. It's continuing. And it's wild because it's like, I think they really thought that it was going to go away by now, and it hasn't. It's still persisting, and that's amazing. So, by the way, we did get through the entire 2009 run of PS Home tonight. Next week, it'll be the 2012 run, which is very different. I did like almost 3 hours of content in PS Home in 2012 because they added so much new shit that I had a blast with it. So I made a lot of content out of it. So we're going to see what that is next week on the stream on DSP Throwback, okay? But overall today, great. And also a huge improvement that came today. OP Boone had left a comment on my video saying, FYI, there's this kind of bootleg way you can edit videos yourself on your PC without a video editor. You can use the Windows Photo app. And I said, really? And I tried it. I can now easily edit any of my videos into clips. Easily. So already I had 2 clips released before my late stream tonight. I had a clip on DSP Gaming where I was basically reacting to someone talking to me what I think about these like detractor memes from over the years. And then there was a clip on DSP Reacts of me, reacting to the Street Fighter cartoon show. I'm so sorry. I got a tickle in my throat now. Excuse me. I was able to pump out 2 clips within like 20 minutes. It's amazing. It's a night and day because using the YouTube editor to do clips is a nightmare. It doesn't work. It lags. It freezes. It has issues. It takes a while to load. This was like amazing. I'm going to start doing this from now on. So thank you, OP Boone. Once again, all this feedback, all this advice, all this stuff I'm getting is just improving my content even more. Okay? So thank you all so very much. Check out the clip on the channel from earlier. Check out the clip on DSP Reacts. Please check out the first parts of the React show. Check out the first part of the PS Home that's going to go live tonight on DSP Throwback. I hope you enjoy it all. Tomorrow, I am back here on this channel.
Alrighty, so apparently Phil doesn't understand the concept of what's called buddy trolling. Phil, if you're listening to this, which you probably are, I'd recommend you watch Cyrax. Go into your YouTube app and type in Cyrax. And then just watch a few videos about Cyrax, and maybe then you'll understand what buddy trolling is. But if you don't want to do that, which I'm pretty sure you don't, essentially buddy trolling is when people go on stream and act like your friends. And yes, they contribute, and yes, they act like they like you. But the interesting thing is that they sneak this. They say stuff like, "Oh yes, you're 100% right, King," or "Oh, long live the king." They say stuff like that to they do it for a few reasons. They do it to kind of boost your ego up, and what they do is they feed these lies to you so that you can let your guard down. So since you think people are giving you money, since you think people are watching your content, which they're not actually. If you go to Social Blade and you look at his total subscriber count and viewership for this month, it's slightly up. Not significantly up as Phil would want you to think. Slightly up. But that's beside the point. Yeah, and that's what they do, and they boost your ego, and they try to make you fall into this low. And what you're probably also getting, Phil, you're probably getting a whole bunch of emails from new viewers from Kino that want to give you advice and want to be your friend and want to do all of these things, right? That's what you're probably going to be getting now, Phil. And it's all just a huge LARP, Phil. And just because it's been, 2 weeks? Not even been a week and a half. And you've gotten 6 streams where you hit your tip goals. You actually are believing that this is all real. And again, Phil, that's part of the LARP. That's part of the LARP, Phil, to make you believe and think that all of this is real. But again, you're too dumb or naive or pathetic. You're one of those. You're either too dumb, naive, or pathetic to actually think or to believe that people actually like you. After 16 years of everyone hating you, Phil, for just cause, you think that changed? You think because a couple people who really didn't know who you were and are watching your streams because Kino Casino told them to, and they're still watching, the minute amount of people are still watching, that you think that they're not going to eventually wake up and say, what the hell? Why is he constantly begging for money? Why is he talking about money? Why is he talking about money? Because that's what you're doing now, Phil. You're back to the days where you're begging. And I know you're trying to sit here and act like, oh no, I'm just owning the meme. No, 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 no. You're not owning the meme, because owning the meme is doing something you've never done before. And you've always been a beggar, Phil. That's nothing new. Now you just expose yourself. You've taken the mask off, because now you don't care if people know that you're a beggar. You're just flat out doing it because you think people think it's funny. Okay, some of the buddy trolls may think it's funny because they're seeing how you're just falling for it, but most of your regulars think you're pretty pathetic, and it might be something you may want to consider. Anyway, that's all I have, folks. By the way, I got a couple videos that are coming out since our boy Phil keeps mentioning WWE Champions. I thought I wanted to publish a quick video on WWE Champions. The other video I'm probably going to be put out to is discussing the bank leaks and how Phil's story has changed multiple times, from saying that the bank leaks happened, the bank leaks didn't happen, it really wasn't a bank leak, people took money out of my account, to no, that didn't happen, to the change in amount from 9,000 to 3,000, right? And what else with the bank leaks? Yeah, it just, his story continuously changes about WWE Champions and the bank leaks, and I want to put a video out there. The other video I'm going to be putting out is discussing PayPal, because I put a post out there that I noticed that most of the Kino folks are dropping super chats, and a few people are dropping tips, anonymous tips. You're seeing a lot of anonymous tips, and I think people are under the impression that when you tip Phil anonymously, Phil doesn't get your information. That is 100% incorrect. Incorrect. Phil gets your, at minimum, he gets your full name, and he gets your email address, and depending if you use PayPal for other things, he may get more information. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Peace out.